16. North Korea successfully put a satellite into space on the 12th of December, 2012 using the 32-meter tall, 105 feet, Ana-3 rocket. The United States claimed that the launch was in fact a way to test an ICBM. 17. See timeline of first orbital launches by country. In early July 2017, North Korea claimed for the first time to have tested successfully an ICBM capable of carrying a large thermonuclear warhead. In July 2014, China announced the development of its newest generation of ICBM, the Dongfeng 41, DF-41, which has a range of 12,000 kilometers, 7,500 miles, capable of reaching the United States, and which analysts believe is capable of being outfitted with MIRV technology. 18. Most countries in the early stages of developing ICBMs have used liquid propellants, with the known exceptions being the Indian Agni-V, the planned but cancelled 19 South African RSA-4 ICBM, and the now in service Israeli Jericho 3. 20. The RS-28 Somat. 21. Russian 28. NATO reporting name, Satan II, is a Russian liquid-fueled, MIRV-equipped, super-heavy thermonuclear-armed intercontinental ballistic missile in development by the Makeyev Rocket Design Bureau. 21. From 2009. 22. Intended to replace the previous R-36 missile. Its large payload would allow for up to 10 heavy warheads or 15 lighter ones, or up to 24 hypersonic glide vehicles U-74, 23, or a combination of warheads and massive amounts of countermeasures designed to defeat anti-missile systems. Winking Sad Smiley 24. It was announced by the Russian military as a response to the U.S. prompt global strike. 25. In July 2023, North Korea fired a suspected intercontinental ballistic missile that was expected to land short of Japanese waters. The launch follows North Korea's threat to retaliate against the U.S. for alleged spy plane incursions. 26. Flight phases. The following flight phases can be distinguished. Sad Smiley 27, 28. Boost phase, which can last from 3 to 5 minutes. It is shorter for a solid fuel rocket than for a liquid propellant rocket. Depending on the trajectory chosen, typical burnout speed is 4 km/s, 2.5 mi/s, up to 7.8 km/s, 4.8 mi/s. The altitude of the missile at the end of this phase is typically 150 to 400 kilometers, 93 to 249 mi. Mid-course phase, which lasts approximate 25 minutes, is suborbital space flight, with flight path being a part of an ellipse with a vertical major axis. The apogee, halfway through mid-course phase, is at an altitude of approximately 1,200 kilometers, 750 mi. The semi-major axis is between 3,186 and 6,372 kilometers, 1,980 and 3,959 mi, and the projection of the flight path in the Earth's surface is close to a great circle, though slightly displaced due to Earth rotation during the time of flight. In this phase, the missile may release several independent warheads and penetration aids, such as metallic-coated balloons, aluminum chaff, and full-scale warhead decoys. Reentry /terminal phase, which lasts 2 minutes starting at an altitude of 100 kilometers, 62 mi. At the end of this phase, the missile's payload will impact the target, with impact at a speed of up to 7 km/s, 4.3 mi/s, for early ICBMs less than 1 km/s, 0.62 mi/s. See also maneuverable reentry vehicle. ICBMs usually use the trajectory which optimizes range for a given amount of payload. The minimum energy trajectory. An alternative is a depressed trajectory, which allows less payload, shorter flight time and has a much lower apogee. 29. Modern ICBMs. Modern ICBMs typically carry multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles, MIRVs, each of which carries a separate nuclear warhead, allowing a single missile to hit multiple targets. MIRV was a new growth of the rapidly shrinking size and weight of modern warheads and the Strategic Arms Limitation Treaties, SALT I and SALT II, which imposed limitations on the number of launch vehicles. It has also proved to be an easy answer to proposed deployments of anti-ballistic missile, ABM, systems. It is far less expensive to add more warheads to an existing missile system than to build an ABM system capable of shooting down the additional warheads. Hence, most ABM system proposals have been judged to be impractical. The first operational ABM systems were deployed in the United States during the 1970s. The Safeguard ABM facility, located in North Dakota, was operational from 1975 to 1976. The Soviets deployed their ABM-1 Galosh system around Moscow in the 1970s, which remains in service. Israel deployed a national ABM system based on the Arrow missile in 1998-30, but it is mainly designed to intercept shorter-range theater ballistic missiles, not ICBMs. The Alaska-based United States National Missile Defense System attained initial operational capability in 2004. 31. ICBMs can be deployed from multiple platforms. Schematic view of a submarine-launched Trident 2D5 nuclear missile system, capable of carrying multiple nuclear warheads up to 8,000 km, 5,000 mi. ICBMs can be deployed from transporter erector launchers, TEL, such as the Russian RT-2PM2 Topolin missile silos, which offer some protection from military attack, including, the designer's hope, some protection from a nuclear first strike. On submarines, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, SLBMs, most or all SLBMs have the long-range OFAMs, as opposed to IRBMs. On heavy trucks, this applies to one version of the Topol which may be deployed from a self-propelled mobile launcher, capable of moving through roadless terrain and launching a missile from any point along its route. Mobile launchers on rails. This applies, for example, to 2-3, RT-23 UTTH Molodets SS-24 Scalpel. The last three kinds are mobile and therefore hard to find. During stretch, one of the most important features of the missile is its serviceability. One of the key features of the first computer-controlled ICBM, the Minuteman missile, was that it could quickly and easily use its computer to test itself. Artist's concept of an SS-24 deployed on railway after launch, a booster pushes the missile and then falls away. Most modern boosters are solid propellant rocket motors, which can be bested easily for long periods of time. Early missiles used liquid-fueled rocket motors. Many liquid-fueled ICBMs could not be kept fueled at all times as the cryogenic fuel liquid oxygen boiled off and caused ice formation, and therefore fueling the rocket was necessary before launch. This procedure was a source of significant operational delay and might allow the missiles to be destroyed by enemy counterparts before they could be used. To resolve this problem, Nazi Germany invented the missile silo that protected their missile from strategic bombing and also hid fueling operations underground. Although Soviet /Russia preferred ICBM designs that use hypergolic liquid fuels that can be stored at room temperature for more than a few years. Once the booster falls away, the remaining bus releases several warheads, each of which continues on its own unpowered ballistic trajectory, much like an artillery shell or cannonball. The warhead is encased in a cone-shaped reentry vehicle and is difficult to detect in this phase of flight as there is no rocket exhaust or other emissions to mark its position to defenders. The high speeds of gearheads make them difficult to intercept and allow for little warning, striking targets many thousands of kilometers away from the launch site, and due to the possible locations of the submarines anywhere in the world, within approximately 30 minutes. Many authorities say that missiles also release aluminized balloons, electronic noisemakers, and other items intended to confuse interception devices and radars. As the nuclear warhead re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, its high speed causes compression of the air, leading to a dramatic rise in temperature which would destroy it if it were not shielded in some way. As assault, warhead components are contained within an aluminium honeycomb substructure, sheathed in a pyrolytic carbon epoxy synthetic resin composite material heat shield. Warheads are also often radiation hardened, to protect against nuclear-armed ABMs or the nearby detonation of friendly warheads. One neutron-resistant material developed for this purpose in the UK is three-dimensional quartz phenolic. Circular error probable is crucial, because halving the circular error probable decreases the needed warhead energy by a factor of 4. Accuracy is limited by the accuracy of the navigation system and the available geodetic information. Strategic missile systems are thought to use custom integrated circuits designed to calculate navigational differential equations thousands to millions of flops in order to reduce navigational errors caused by calculation alone. These circuits are usually a network of binary addition circuits that continually recalculate its missile's position. The inputs to the navigation circuit are set by a general-purpose computer according to a navigational input schedule loaded into the missile before launch. One particular weapon developed by the Soviet Union, the fractional orbital bombardment system, had a partial orbital trajectory, and unlike most ICBMs, its target could not be deduced from its orbital flight path. It was decommissioned in compliance with arms control agreements, which address the maximum range of ICBMs and prohibit orbital or fractional orbital weapons. However, according to reports, Russia is working on the new Somat ICBM, which leverages fractional orbital bombardment concepts to use a southern polar approach instead of flying over the northern polar regions. Using that approach, it is theorized, avoids the American missile defense batteries in California and Alaska. New development of ICBM technology are ICBMs able to carry hypersonic glide vehicles as a payload, such as RS-28 Somat. Specific ICBMs. Land-based ICBMs. A U.S. peacekeeper missile launched from a silo operational under development, decommissioned or cancelled. Testing of the peacekeeper re-entry vehicles at the Kwajalein Atoll. Al-8 fired from only one missile. Each line, if its warhead were live, represents the potential explosive power of about 300 kilotons of TNT, about 19 times larger than the detonation of the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. India's Agni ICBM launched from Abdul Kalam Island type. Minimum range, kilometer, maximum range, kilometer. Country LGM 30-minute MAN 314,000 United States 28 Somat 18,000 Russia RT2 UTTH Topol M SS-27 11,000 Russia RS-24 Yas SS-29 11,000 Russia RS-26 Rebej 6,000 Russia UR-110,000 Soviet Union /Russia R-36 SS-18 10,20016,000 Soviet Union / Russia DF45,5007,000 China DF317,200,200 China DF55,000,9,000 China DF4112,000,15,000 China Huisong 146,70010,000 North Korea Huisong 1513,000 North Korea Huisong 1613,000 North Korea Huisong 1715,000 North Korea Huisong 1815,000 North Korea Agni V7,00010,000 India Jericho 311,